What is up, my friends? It is a pleasure to be here with you once again, where we are going to be talking about Liverpool's summer transfer window. We are going to give you guys the latest updates on players that Liverpool are looking to bring in and players that could potentially be leaving Anfield in the summer. You know the drill. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, and of course drop a like on the video. So let's start off with a little bit of good news, and it looks as though Liverpool are very interested in signing Nice's Kefren Thuram. This isn't just coming from the European side, it's coming from the English side as well. L'Equipe say that Nice value him at around €60 million, and Miguel Delaney has said Kefren Thuram is seen by Jurgen Klopp as the perfect answer to the issue after Liverpool missed out on Jude Bellingham. Now, I'm excited by it because of other people's reviews of the player. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I have watched much of Kefren Thuram. I haven't watched Nice at all this season, really. But people in the know, people who actually watch French football, tell us that this kid is a genuine, very top level midfielder, at least in the making. But I want to know what you think of the €60 million valuation that Nice have put on him. It's about 53, £54 million, I think. And it kind of fits in with the type of players that we're looking at. You know, you look at Alexis McAllister, and we'll talk about that fee in a little while, and the other players Liverpool have been linked to, they all seem to kind of fall into that 50 or 60 million pound bracket. Whereas if you look at Jude Bellingham's situation, they think that there'll probably be an agreement about 120 to 130 million euro with Real Madrid, and then you take into account his wages and stuff, and this is where we are. Now look, I'm not saying this is right or this is wrong, but this is life under FSG. This is the way Liverpool have to operate in the market, and of course I want to know if you agree with that, if you disagree with it, if you'd like to see Liverpool maybe go and splash the cash on a few proven superstars, or do you like the idea of Liverpool maybe finding hidden gems or players who haven't yet hit the pinnacles of the career and turning them into superstars? I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. But what makes me a bit nervous is this is a big window, right? As I said to you guys yesterday, we don't really have wiggle room. Look at the competition around us. Look at the teams that are strengthening. We need to make sure that we get this one right. Kefren Thuram, to me, seems like a sensible option, at least from Liverpool fans I've spoken to, journalists that I've been reading up on. They all think very highly of the kid. So, again, I want to know your thoughts. We move on, though, to another situation at Liverpool, and that is Fabio Carvalho and the latest on him. So, George Schmadtke has started his work with Liverpool already. We know it is a 3-month initial contract, but it can be extended if Liverpool and George Schmadtke like each other, basically. I think that's where it is. So he's already working on the Alexis McAllister and Fabio Carvalho situation. Now, we did say to you guys yesterday that there was an offer from an unnamed Champions League club to take Fabio Carvalho, and that club was RB Leipzig. Now, as soon as I heard RB Leipzig, I thought a couple of things. One, could be a decent move for him. Two, there's a few players at Leipzig that I wouldn't mind coming to Liverpool, but it seems like the offer that came in, at least it's being described as derisory. Paul Joyce wrote today, an offer from Leipzig for Fabio Carvalho was dismissed as derisory, and Liverpool see the youngster as a future starter, hence their hardline stance. So look, couple of things here. Carvalho on loan, no issues with it if Klopp wants it. But if we need to free up money, maybe Carvalho being sold with a buyback clause in there, you know, could help us in this window, and of course leave us the opportunity to bring him back if he flourishes wherever he goes. Again, I want to know your thoughts on it. So now we take a little trip. It is the summertime. You've got your hula skirt on. You've got your Factor 50. Little trip to Bullshit Island now for you, my friends. So Goal have reported that Liverpool and Barcelona have made contact with Bruno Guimaraes over a potential summer signing. Now, the reason I find this so funny isn't because of the calibre of the player. Bruno Guimaraes, a top quality player, and a lot of clubs missed the boat when Newcastle signed him from Lyon. But I believe he's going to sign a new contract at Newcastle. I also believe that there's no chance in hell that he leaves the club that have just qualified for the Champions League for a club that, let's be honest about it, underperformed last season, and we have to work our way back up. So I don't see this being a possibility at all. Newcastle aren't going to want to weaken their squad. They're going to want to add to it and strengthen because, of course, they have increased games next season with their participation in the Champions League. I wish it was true, but I don't think there's anything to it. Right, but Liverpool do apparently have some competition elsewhere. So Bayern Munich look like they could offload a couple of midfielders in the summer. We spoke about Joshua Kimmich before. He's been linked to Liverpool and a few other clubs. But the one player that has been mostly linked to Liverpool, of course, is Ryan Gravenberch. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because, as has been reported in the Mirror today, Liverpool will reportedly face competition from Manchester City for Bayern Munich midfielder Ryan Gravenberch. Now, bear in mind that Manchester City were also apparently interested in Alexis McAllister, and I think we've got that one done, and I'll move on to talk about that in a moment. But what are your thoughts on this one? Ryan Gravenberch. I'm on the fence. I have to say I am. I do know a bit about Ryan Gravenberch. I have watched him a little bit, but I'm unsure. But at the prices that have been mentioned, at 25 or 30 million, I think it is worth a punt. And I do remember the post from Ryan Babel, I think it was, that said that this kid will flourish if he gets a manager who believes in him, puts an arm around his shoulder, and fills him full of confidence. But, you know, I do get nervy when Manchester City are in because we know that we simply can't match Manchester City with regards to the finances involved in a deal, the wages that they can pay. So yeah, look, wait and see what happens with it. But I want to know what you think. Do you want Gravenberch? Are you on the fence about Gravenberch? Do you think that he's going to be able to leave Bayern Munich in the summer? Let's wait and see. You got to keep an eye on Chelsea as well, by the way, with regards to midfielders, because they're going to look to bring one in. They appointed Pochettino yesterday, so he's going to be hard at work. Obviously, they've got Nkunku on the way, and it looks like they're going to try and sign a striker as well. So, yeah. But now we move on to a little bit of information about Alexis McAllister. Fabrizio Romano has basically said what I've been saying as well for a while, that the fee for Alexis will come in under 70 million euro, which is the lower end of 60 million pound, which is what I've been trying to say to you guys for a few weeks, but nobody listens to little old me. But it is good to see, because I did think 70 million pound was on the high side. No doubts about the player. Very, 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 very happy that Liverpool look likely to sign Alexis McAllister. But at 60 million pound makes a lot more sense to me. I didn't get the valuations from Brighton for himself and Caicedo at about 70 million each. I think it's on the high side, particularly because of the short turnaround of their moves from, in this case, Argentinos Juniors to Brighton and then to Liverpool. So look, for me, 60 million or so, brilliant, get it done. But one kind of strange twist. I seen an article today to say that Liverpool are looking at a Dortmund player who we've been linked with multiple times in the past. Probably not who you're thinking. Your head probably went to Marco Reus, right? Be honest. But no, apparently it's Rafa Guerreiro. His contract is up at Dortmund and he is able to leave. Now I think he's 28 or 29 years of age, so certainly on the top end of the age profile. But if it's a free transfer, if he can give us some versatility, and if it is in addition to other signings, I wouldn't be against it, but I don't know how much truth is in it. What I do know is there's certainly been at least 2 occasions in the past where Liverpool have run the rule over trying to sign Guerreiro. I think even when he was at Lyon, if my memory is correct, that was our first interest that we showed in him. So look, that is it from me today, my friends. Don't forget that you can catch us every single night at about 8:30 over on our Twitch channel for our live shows if you want to join us then. Tomorrow we will be covering the Europa League final, of course, over there. But most importantly, I want to know your thoughts on all the transfer topics that I've spoken about, what players you hope to see Liverpool sign, and let me know your stance on FSG as well. Are they clever or are they miserable? Over to you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.